good? Dark Knight Gang and this thing, gang! I'm Broderick. Today I'm about to do a video from Top 10. This one right here is titled Top 10 Facts That'll Ruin Your Childhood. Y'all requested it. I want my childhood ruined. Ruin my childhood. Ruin my motherfucking childhood like you a pedophile. Okay, whoa, I'm too hyped. That was a horrible joke. My fault. My fault. I'm ready to hop on into this, bro. Y'all know I mess with y'all heavy. Everybody go after your goals and dreams. Have a great day. I mess with y'all heavy. Look, I'm trying to calm down because that joke was horrible. YouTube is about to demonetize the video already just from that horrible joke. Let's hop on into it. I can't believe I said that.
We all have happy memories of our childhoods, but what if I told you some of those are based on total lies? Whether it's a book, a film, or a TV show you loved as a kid. Or maybe just a general fact about your childhood you've always thought back on. A lot of these are total lies and farces. And there are some very dark secrets behind things which made your childhood what it was.
Sweet Life, Zack and
I'm
Cody.
Charlie, and today we're going to look at facts that will ruin your childhood. Strap in, because we're going on a nostalgia trip. But first, subscribe and press the notification bell.
I don't want to.
Walt Disney. In the 1920s, Walt Disney made Disney.
Since
then, Disney's gone on to make some of the best kids' movies of all time. They also have kids' theme parks and things every kid loved in their childhood. But most people don't know that Walt Disney had a dark past. It's said that Walt Disney did not like Jewish people very much at all. He was also a founding member of the Motion Picture Alliance. This group allegedly had many privately anti-Semitic members. In 2014, actress Meryl Streep even said that he was an anti-Semite and misogynist. This claim was even backed up by Walt's grandniece, Abigail Disney. Also, some of his movies, for example Song of the South, have been criticized by the NAACP. That is for perpetuating African-American stereotypes.
You a racist?
It's kind of crazy to look back at someone who made such great childhood films in this light. But what do you think? Does this ruin Disney for you or not?
He don't like Jewish people and he don't like blacks.
Mr. Mosby.
You shady.
If you're a 90s kid, I'm sure you remember The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
That show was
and
fire.
then the later series, The Sweet Life on Deck. Many say that their favourite character in these shows was Mr. Mosby. Marion Mosby, better known as Mr. Mosby, was portrayed by Phil Lewis. But before the show aired, the actor Phil Lewis had a pretty dark past. In December of 1991, he was arrested after striking Isabel Duerte with his car. This caused Isabel of Bethesda, Maryland to pass away. He was charged with manslaughter and driving while intoxicated. His blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. A court sentenced him to 5 years in prison, but he only served 1. Instead, he began working with a prison-based theatre group. He performed in jails, schools and churches to highlight the consequences of alcohol abuse. Of course, he's now moved on and is a successful actor. But I'm pretty sure no kids watching his TV shows realised his dark past.
Yeah, I know he killed somebody with drunk driving.
Was so lenient, considering that Isabel passed away due to his driving.
Yeah, drunk driving. He killed somebody.
Lie.
That's crazy.
We'll remember the movie and story of The Wizard of Oz. And one of the main characters in it is the Cowardly Lion. But did you know that the lion costume in The Wizard of Oz is made of real lion hair? That's right, a lion had to be hunted down and taken out to get this costume. That kind of makes the whole thing pretty creepy. The actor was literally dressed in a deceased lion to play a lion. Recently, the costume was sold for more than $3 million at an auction in New York City.
So they killed a lion to dress up as the lion? That is kind of shady, bro.
A lot of controversy because it is a real lion.
Yeah.
The costume, worn by actor Burt Layer, weighed over 100 pounds. Lions are now an endangered species around the world. So, does this fact ruin The Wizard of Oz for you, or not?
I mean, we already know it's shady, you feel me?
I'm pretty sure every kid watched Sesame Street growing up. We loved all of the characters, especially the main character, Elmo. But many don't know the man behind Elmo. That is a puppeteer and actor named Kevin Clash.
It's a black dude?
He performed and voiced Elmo from 1985 to 2012.
I didn't know that.
But why did he stop in 2012? Well, in November of 2012, a man named Sheldon Stevens alleged something against Kevin. He said that while he was underage, him and Kevin had an inappropriate relationship. Kevin acknowledged this and said it was between consenting adults. But 2 weeks later, another accuser came forward to talk about Kevin. That is someone named Cecil Singleton. Kevin then resigned from Sesame Street. And 3 claims were brought against him in court. In 2013, these claims were all dismissed by the court.
Of course,
that's
Hollywood
because
is
they were
shady.
way past the statute of limitations.
Yeah, Hollywood gonna
do you
make
guys
sure-
believe Kevin or do you believe the accusers?
The accusers.
And does this change the way you see the character of Elmo? I feel bad for Kevin if he did nothing wrong. But if he did do these things, then he gets no sympathy from me.
Bro, that's crazy. So the homie said, I'ma play Elmo in a little child TV show, cause I'm trying to scope out my next child. Come here, baby. Whoa, I'm dead.
Peter Pan.
And I literally made the joke about... Oh, that's
we all know
crazy.
and love the story of Peter Pan. But when you think about it, a boy who never grows up is kind of a strange premise. Where did it come from? Well, we can look to the character's creator, J.M. Barrie. J.M. Barrie has actually revealed the origin of the Peter Pan character, and it's something that recent makers of Peter Pan movies have tried to cover up. Peter Pan is actually based off of J.M. Barrie's 13-year-old brother. He cracked his skull and passed away while ice skating. And that's why J.M. Barrie wrote about a boy who never grows old. This makes the whole character a lot more creepy. That's right, the reason why Peter Pan can't grow older is because he's not alive.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Blue Ranger.
Kind of dark.
As a kid, I'm sure you watched the Power Rangers. But do you know who's behind those helmets and colourful suits?
Nah.
Well, one of those people was David Yost. He played the character of Billy, the Blue Ranger in Power Rangers. Sadly, he left his role, but why? Well, he said it's because he was actually bullied by the crew members and cast.
Was he gay
That
or
is
something?
because he was gay. Later, this bullying
shady.
even caused him to go to conversion therapy because he was so sad. He said, I put myself through conversion therapy because I didn't want to be gay. I really struggled and struggled and struggled with it. I sort of had to start the process of learning to accept myself, which was very difficult. It took me many years after the fact. So it's pretty sad to learn that these terrible things were going on the set of Power Rangers. It seemed all happy to us as kids, but behind the camera, that's not what was taking place. We never knew these seemingly heroic and powerful characters were bullying and getting bullied on the set.
Yeah, that's shady, bro.
Dr. Seuss.
What did this...
Dr. Seuss is one of the greatest children's authors to ever live.
Yeah.
But many don't know about his dark side.
Dr. Seuss got bars, cuz.
Researchers now say Dr. Seuss may have been prejudiced against African Americans and Asian Americans. They criticize the
blacks are
Chinese
Asians?
man in the story and to think I saw it on Mulberry Street. In the book If I Ran a Zoo, a man also says he would put a person of colour wearing a turban on display. But if you don't think that's bad, then you should really hear about Dr. Seuss's wife. Dr. Seuss actually cheated on his wife, Helen Palmer, and he did this while she was sick with cancer. As a result of this, Helen took her own life. She did this by taking too many pills. Her final note read, I'm too old and enmeshed in everything you do and are. She said, I cannot conceive of life without you. My going will leave quite a rumour. But you can say I was overworked and overwrought. Your reputation with your friends and fans will not be harmed. So even though she took her own life, she still did not want to expose what Dr. Seuss had done.
This nigga cheated on his
Red
wife dying
Ranger.
of cancer, cuz.
We've already covered how the Blue Ranger was bullied for being gay.
He said, you ain't giving it to me because you got cancer. I'm gonna get it from somewhere else. It's cool. Shady!
But he isn't the only Power Ranger who will ruin your childhood.
And
Ricardo Mendia played the Red Ranger. And in 2015, he was arrested after taking the life of his roommate, Joshua Sutter. This was after Ricardo used a Conan the Barbarian medieval sword on him. That's right, he literally took his own roommate's life with a medieval sword. It's said this happened because of an argument over Ricardo's girlfriend. In 2017, Ricardo pled guilty to 1 count of voluntary manslaughter. And later that year, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison.
For killing somebody, only 6 years.
This changes the way I'll see Red Ranger forever.
He said, I'm a Red Ranger in real life, bro.
Every kid, and frankly adult, loves the film Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, I remember
that. It stars Matthew Broderick, and he's also been in many other great films. But did he know about his dark past? In 1987, he was driving in Northern Ireland. That was when he crossed into the wrong lane. He then collided head-on with a 28-year-old woman named Anna Gallagher and her mother.
He was drunk,
Both of them were taken out instantly. Damn. Matthew also fractured his leg and ribs in the crash. He was charged with taking a life by dangerous driving. He was facing up to 5 years in prison, but instead got off with a $100 fine. The victim's son and brother called it a travesty of justice. Lion King.
What happened? So why did he do it?
Everyone knows and loves the Lion King movie. And I'm pretty sure as kids, our favourite character was Simba. This movie was released in 1994, and the average lifespan of a lion is 15 years. This means if Simba from The Lion King was real, he probably would have passed away back in 2009. And now in 2020, he would almost definitely not be alive. It's pretty sad to think that, in real terms, our favourite kids' movie characters would no longer be alive. But
yeah,
thankfully, they're kept alive forever on the silver
Lion
screen.
King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast.
Backstories. Let me know in the comments.
Some of these facts were kind of crazy. People was racist, bro. People cheating on their wives because they got cancer. Just killing people while they drunk driving. Insane, my guy. But I mean, you know, I'm sure Mr. Mosby, whatever the homie name is, after that whole ordeal, he was like, I'm never gonna drink and drive ever again. But you still took that person's life. That's crazy. But anyway, let me know what y'all thought down in the comments. If that ruined your childhood, it didn't ruin my childhood. I know nobody's perfect. I've made horrible mistakes in my life. You feel me, cuz? I'm gonna see y'all next time. Everybody stay up. Have a great day. Today is Saturday. I message y'all heavy. Shout out to the gang. Gang, gang. Peace.